Okay, welcome back from the break. You're still watching Morning Rush here on Metro Television with me, Desi the Starboy, and Nanaya Tanobwache. Now, there's been a conversation going on in the studio as to whether we'll be buying a house. Nanaya says that she will build a house, she will sit down and watch everything go on correctly. And I'm saying that, I don't have that time. I'm just going to get the money and buy a house. And that's the dilemma of a lot of people when they want to have a house or a home for themselves. And so today joining us is David Owusu. He's the CEO of Media GH Company and also a project manager who's dealt with a lot of these things. And today we'll be sharing with us some of the ideas that we could have, whether we want to build or whether we want to buy a house. David, good morning and welcome.
Yeah, good morning. Thank you very much.
Great. I'm sure you get this all the time as a project manager and someone who's been in this field where people, ask whether, they want to buy a house or they want to build a house. They're asking for your opinion and you helping them out. First off, let's settle it. Which one is best? Building or buying the house?
It's very difficult to tell that build or buy. Mostly, we would have to, get into a conversation. Just as the conversation started before we came on, that you said you want to buy, she said she wants to build. And listening to the two of you, both of you have a point. So I would rather listen to you, know what you want.
Okay, so let's start from here.
Yeah.
What are some of the pointers that you would have to consider before you say, okay, I want to build a house? Because, mind you, building, you'd have to start from getting the land.
That's true.
Right?
That's true.
So
go through the litigation process, go through the documentation, go through all that. So, but then what I have noticed is that mostly it starts from the exposure of the person.
Okay.
You get it. So, myself, growing up, I saw my father building houses for himself, for our family, for friends, and all that. So I was exposed to seeing its ground and then all that coming up. So I liked building. Then I married my wife, who stayed most of her life in UK, and all that she knew was buying houses. So she was
okay, that's quite interesting.
So once we get into a conversation, she wants us to buy a house, I want us to build.
Yeah.
Okay.
So mostly is from exposure to start with, and then when we come to the technicalities, we talk about. All right. So if you want to buy, what goes into buying? If you want to build, what goes into building? Then do you have the time? Do you have the money? So these are the things that now we have to consider. How much money do you want to put in? How much time do you want to put in it? What do you want to see with the building?
Okay.
Right. So once that conversation comes up, then we know where we are looking at.
Great. What would be the pros, the positives of putting up your own house?
Okay. So if you want to build, I think the Bible says that nobody starts building without calculating the cost. So the first thing that you have to do is that you have to know how much money goes into it. Now, to start with, it is more expensive to build than to buy.
Yeah. That's true. That I agree with you. That I agree with you. I won't fight on that.
Yeah.
With you. Yeah.
It's more expensive to build than to buy, and more so because of even the land that you're going to build on. So it's expensive in terms of finances, and it's costly in terms of your time and the effort that you have to put in.
Yes.
You were talking about now ensuring that the artisans are using the right materials, and then they are working. And then, they are using the right rate and then all that. So the pros of building, as you ask, is that you have the choice to decide where you want the building to be and exactly how you want it to be. And most importantly, the quality.
Okay. But also to counter the fact that it's more expensive to building than buying, it's also because you get to choose your own layout and the size of your house.
That's true.
Because if you go to buy a house, it's already built in a way that they wanted to do it. Now, psychologically, when you look at it, you're like, I'll manage the space.
Exactly.
And then you get married, and maybe there are babies, extra babies. You get double twins, that's 4. And if those houses, if those rooms, are smaller, you get to feel like everything
You'd
is
have to move out
Yes,
again.
you have to move out, and especially coming from someone who has lived in Adenta Smith flats, I get to see how like the rooms and everything are. Well, if I'm building, my layout and everything
Will
is
be entirely different.
mind setting and everything
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
But then you say like it comes with like the expenses now.
It comes with the expenses.
Now on the market, like in real time in Ghana here, what are people doing? Because years ago, you go to Oyibi Dodoa, there were no houses there.
Yeah.
But people
That's
are
true.
rushing to build like their
True.
own houses. On the other side too, people are also buying.
Buying
So
apartments and
on the
all.
markets now, let's say 2022, 2023, now 2024, what is happening on the market? What do people want?
To be frank with you, I think the generation now would want to buy because we don't have time.
Okay.
We don't have the energy and then, the thing that our fathers used to do. I remember my dad would wake up early in the morning, go to site, stay there, wait for them to finish the day's work, pay them, and then come back home. I don't have that time, even though I'm a contractor myself. I don't even have that time because I have other projects to supervise. So most people want to buy. The catch is that people don't have the money to buy upfront because I live at Spintex, and the cheapest house you are looking at is about $180,000.
Oh, it's in dollars.
Yeah, it's in dollars.
Oh, it's in dollars, not CDs.
So you're asking yourself, how many people can afford houses like
Yeah.
that? So people would want to buy, but they don't have the means. That's why they would go to Dodoa, they'll go to Shah Hills, they'll go behind Kaswa, get a land for about 30,000, 40,000.
Okay.
Wait for a year or two to gather money,
Yeah.
go and start foundation, then gather money in another year to put it up and then all that. But right now in the market, people want to buy.
So if I'm not changing the fact that I'm building, let's say I'm going to buy and I go to the apartment or the house. Let's talk about durability. Let's talk about the things that they used to build. How long are they going to? You know what I'm talking about.
I like where you are going.
And I understand that, though. I really get that. I thought God was looking for me.
So yeah,
I like where you're going to.
How am I sure that this house is not
Yeah,
to come
true,
down
true.
and come
You're
in?
so bad.
I'm
You're so
just
bad.
being realistic.
No, you want to know your point.
Yes.
That building is better. But I think that's also a huge problem when it comes to buying.
Okay.
Because when it comes to the estate people, they are seeking to definitely make profit.
Yeah.
And I've seen people who they buy one plot of land, they divide into 4. And they build all 4 at a go. And in
Okay.
3 months, they are done. There's nothing wrong with it. There are now technologies and mechanisms that can make concrete dry faster, make it harder, and all. But it is better when you slow down and then you take it, you pace yourself, and then you build. It's more durable. And I wouldn't want to spoil businesses, but I can be frank with you that when you speed up the process,
Okay.
you won't get the quality that
Okay.
you need.
You need, yeah.
That, like, when you take your time to build yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you see those old times, you see buildings, somebody puts up a building, roof it, and for 2 years it's there.
It's there.
It's not the best, but you see the catch is also, because it's raining, sun is shining upon it, automatically it's treating the blocks, it's treating the house. So
Yeah.
it now becomes stronger and more durable
Yeah.
than the first. So you cannot assure the durability
Yeah.
of an already built house.
Okay.
Nonetheless, yeah, there are ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
ways you can
Yeah,
get that.
that you can still get the quality.
What about, before that's all coming
Yeah,
finally,
yeah, sure,
what
sure.
about the square type of buildings we are seeing nowadays?
Sure, you know there have been concerns that
Yeah, I mean-
Ghanaians actually like to spread their building across land, and just a few people do the what's it called? Abanshaw.
The
story buildings.
Story buildings. In connecting that to Nanaya's question, some people are building some squares. People
no roofing sheets.
people have raised
in,
questions about even
and-
not doing windows anymore.
Yes.
Doing tiles in the home. That is some way somehow preventing.
POP
know, all of
roofing
these
in
things.
all the rooms where it
Yeah.
could have been maybe the hall and the porch and the
and the
other
rest
you
of it
use.
plywood.
Do people even consult? Do people really
Yes.
consult people like yourself who are contractors who do these things? and say that how should we do it?
Yeah.
We're in the POP and I in the bricks and I in like
and even the
people come
POP, it's heavy.
Yeah.
It depends on how they do it. Some
Yeah.
are very compact.
Yeah.
And it weighs the building down.
Yeah, it adds a lot of weight to a building.
See?
That's
So,
very
like,
true.
do people ask
Yeah.
those questions?
You'll be shocked to know that people even build without plans. In this day. Yeah, like they go to their father or their grandfather who has built before, they take an A4 sheet, they draw something, and then they give it to a mason to just put it out.
that is it.
Have you
would
seen
be
a video
shocked.
on Instagram where I think the land
The
was
brick-
the wall has been done in
Yeah,
a way.
yeah, true.
Oh, we should have
I've seen a
gotten
lot of funny
kidding
things like
me.
that.
Oh, it's so
Or
bad.
people building and even the bricks, watch some style, all of those things. So people don't consult.
No. About 80% of people don't
They are
consult.
killing the work of architecture because gone are the days.
Thank you.
They do
Not the
you pick
surveyors and all of those
yeah.
things.
Yeah.
You pick the house land. I forgot. Oh, there's a name. You see the something elevation,
Yes.
back elevation,
Exactly.
front view.
Yeah,
back
that's architectural
view.
design.
Yes.
So you have all that. So anybody who picks it knows exactly what
Exactly.
you want to do.
Wow.
And even after that, the architect and the engineer have to be on site, if not throughout, periodically.
Okay.
They have to come, they have to advise you, or you have to put this here, you have to do that. And that is what will help. Otherwise, you spend more. They think that bringing the architect and the engineer will make you
Would
spend
even
more. But
Yeah.
without them, you actually spend more. Because sometimes, even the thickness of your concrete within that square area on in all the houses will make you spend more. But when the engineer or the architect is there, they will tell you that, oh, just reduce it by an inch or just a quarter inch or something. And that is going to save you money that you wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right? So the consultation is very, very necessary. You talked about weight. Somebody is going 3 stories, and then you start with 6 inches blocks. You go up, you are supposed to reduce the weight. He still puts on 6 inches and another
keeps
6
going.
inches, and he keeps going. Now he gets to a point and he realizes that there are cracks in the building, and now you have to come in and break it, or then do patches and all. You need a consultation.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for the POP or the plaster boards for ceilings, it makes your house nice.
Very nice.
Yeah.
You, especially with the lights in it.
With the displaced lights and then the chandelier.
Yeah, all of those
It
things.
makes it amazing, but you have to know what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to know what because it's costly.
Yeah.
Or like my father, I remember his house is plywood all over, and then his new house he did TNG.
Oh.
Now nobody likes to do that.
Nobody
Yeah.
likes.
To do
True.
TNJ.
Nobody likes to do
True,
TNJ.
and even with the building of homes now, because the consultation does not happen, people build and maybe I send from afar or windows should be here. No, there will be no windows,
Yeah.
and then more AC in
Air
the room.
condition.
You know, a higher shade. You know, like all of these things.
Do you know your room is not supposed to face where the sun is setting? Otherwise,
Really?
it makes
Yeah.
it makes your room hot, and you have to position your windows at a place where you get the ventilation, cross air ventilation. These are basic things
Yeah.
that you wouldn't know. Of course, it wouldn't be your field, so you wouldn't know. With simple consultation, yeah, somebody will tell you, and then you get it right. You can decide not to even use ACs in your room, and you'll be fine.
And you'll be fine.
Well,
Now
when I
people-
see Nanaya, she wants AC in her room, so she will.
Yeah, now people don't do that. And as Ghanaians, as we are used to. I mean, I see a lot of houses that are like this, consumed a lot of land. When I think that it could have been like
Up.
this.
Yeah,
what
that's
do you
true.
think? How do you decide that you want to like a flat surface building like that, or you're going to put up a store building?
Situations are going to push people nowadays to go up.
Yeah.
Listen, you buy Spinter's land for $80,000, and it's a quarter plot.
Hey.
Quarter plot.
Yeah. $80,000 for a quarter plot, and you want to build everything on the ground. You can't.
Okay.
Now we get people who have a quarter plot, and they want to do a 5-bedroom house. And they want a car park. Yeah. So what we do is you raise pillars.
Yeah.
And then so the car park will be
under.
and then the house will be on top.
On top.
It was because my father bought. Sorry, I'm using my father was because I saw him building. He bought 1 plot back then.
Okay.
And his 1 plot today is about 3 plots. his one plot.
Wow.
So he could afford to do flat house.
Yes. Yes.
He spread everything on the
Everything.
ground.
Okay.
I don't have that luxury.
That allows you to do that.
Yeah, so I would go up. If you buy houses in remote places and you have that big space, you could.
Don't do that.
Hey.
But now
So now we don't really
situations-
get like 70 by 100.
Yeah.
Even now, people are doing 80 by 80 or 70 by 80. You don't even get it.
You know what? It's, at this point, I told you I'll just buy the house. I'll just get money buy the house.
So
and I'm
people
done.
don't want to go through the stress, so
Yeah.
they just buy the house.
All right.
Okay.
Dave, I mean, it's been quite an interesting one. We definitely have to do this conversation on lands again. So, quickly in 30 seconds, your final advice to
Yeah.
people, who are putting up buildings or who want to buy.
Okay. So I wouldn't say build or buy. Just we've had several discussions. I know the time wasn't enough to go through everything, but when you are ready, just consult. Look at the money that you are willing to put in, and then the effort that you can put in, and then decide which one works best for you. But I would advise that there are people out there who they don't take much. Just
Okay.
consult them, talk
Yeah.
to them that, okay, this is what I want to do, this is how much I have to spend, or the time that I can spare. So what can I do? That's why you'll be surprised that people have built houses and they're not living in it because they realize that they don't even need it, or it's too big, or it's too small, or something. So just consult.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we are ready to help. There are people out there ready to help.
Great. All right. So that's David Owusu. You can get him on socials. Now, if you listen to the convoy, you want to, media GH company on social media, you can hit him up if you want to put up your building. He's going to help you sort it out. David, thank you so much
Thank you
for
very
coming
much.
in.